Okay, ever feel like your amazing Instagram content just vanishes, like the second it hits the feed?
Oh,
You
absolutely.
put in all this effort, maybe the likes tick up for a bit, and then poof, it's just gone into the scroll void.
Yeah, lost in the noise. It's a common frustration.
Right. So today we're really diving into unlocking the hidden language of Instagram success. Captions. We want to figure out what actually drives engagement, what gives your content real impact so it doesn't just disappear.
Exactly. That lasting impact piece is crucial.
And hey, if you're looking to really amplify your Instagram journey, maybe get those posts in front of a wider, more targeted audience, you should definitely check out rapidboost.net. They offer some really effective ways to, boost your social media profiles.
That's a good point. Getting the reach sorted is part of the puzzle, too. But yeah, back to captions.
Mm.
The visual, that's your hook. Right. But the caption, that's where you reel them in. It's where you build that connection, that community. It's often the difference between someone just glancing and someone actually engaging in a way that honestly fuels the algorithm.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Instagram is so visual. Why are we suddenly obsessing over, well, the words?
Yeah, it seems counterintuitive at first, doesn't it? But think about how Instagram works now. The algorithm is increasingly looking at dwell time, how long someone actually stays on your post.
Ah, okay. Dwell time.
Right. And captions. They're your best tool for turning a quick scroll into maybe 5, 10, 20 seconds of real attention, reading, thinking.
That makes sense. So the longer they linger, reading the caption?
The more valuable Instagram thinks your content is,
Yeah.
which means better placement in the feed, more visibility. It directly impacts how many people even see your stuff.
So it's definitely not just describing the picture then. It's about making people pause, making them stay.
Precisely. Your caption is like an invitation. Hey, stick around for a second, there's more here. It's a chance to start a conversation. Build that community around your visuals.
Yeah. Fostering connections, setting your brand tone.
Exactly. A good caption does all that. It turns passive scrollers into, hopefully, active participants. People who comment, save, share.
Okay, but here's the tricky part, right? The feed is endless. Just streams and streams of images. How can a few lines of text actually be that, thumb-stopping force?
Think of your caption as micro-content. Each one is a little piece of the puzzle. It adds context the image alone can't give. It injects your personality.
Micro content. I like that.
Yeah. And it helps you build this narrative thread, right? So your profile isn't just random pictures. It's an ongoing story people actually want to follow. It provides that deeper layer. It's about adding substance that strategically enhances the style. That's where you get genuine impact.
Substance enhancing style. Got it. Okay, so what kind of substance actually works? What compels people to stop scrolling, read, and, engage? Let's get into the psychology.
Yeah, this is fascinating. Specific things in captions really tap into basic human curiosity. Take questions, for instance.
Okay.
Posing a real question, or even just hinting at a story, maybe dropping an unexpected fact. It creates this little curiosity gap. People feel compelled to find out more.
Like clickbait, but classier.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Think about the difference between just posting sunset vibes are versus something like, this sunset held a secret I almost missed.
Right.
Which one makes you want to read on?
Definitely the second one. It's like a mini plot twist right there in my feed. I'm already clicking see more.
Exactly. And then there's the whole emotional side. Emotional resonance.
Ah, yeah, connecting on feelings.
Totally. When your captions tap into things we all experience, relatable struggles, moments of joy, maybe a bit of vulnerability, it makes your followers feel seen, understood.
And that feeling, that's powerful.
It really is. That connection is a huge catalyst for interaction. Likes, saves, comments, shares. People engage when they feel something.
That makes complete sense. We're definitely wired for that kind of connection. What other psychological levers can we pull with captions?
Well, prompting action is a big one. You absolutely need a call to action, a CTA.
Right. Tell people what you want them to do.
You got it. You can write the most amazing caption, but sometimes people just need a little nudge. A clear, simple prompt. Double tap if you agree. Tag a friend who needs this. Share your story below. Something easy.
And does that actually work? Just asking.
It really does. There's data from places like later suggesting posts with clear CTAs can see like up to a 30% bump in engagement. It provides that low friction path.
Wow, okay. That's significant.
Yeah.
So ask, and you might receive. And you mentioned storytelling earlier, too. How does that fit in?
Oh, storytelling is huge. Humans are just hardwired for narrative, aren't we? Even tiny micro stories woven into your captions can make a massive difference in attention and retention.
Micro stories, like what?
Could be anything. A quick anecdote, a little behind-the-scenes glimpse, maybe a short story about a transformation or a lesson learned. It creates a much deeper connection than just a plain statement. Lifestyle stuff, struggles, wins. It all works.
Okay, I get it. So we understand the why, the psychology, the algorithm, and the what, curiosity, emotion, CTA stories. Now let's get really practical. Is there like a formula, a framework for actually crafting these scroll-stopping captions?
There's definitely a proven structure you can follow, and it absolutely starts strong. The first line, maybe two. The lead.
Because that's all people see initially, right? Before the see more?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Instagram often truncates captions, so those first few words are prime real estate. You've got to grab attention right away. Think. Polarizing statements, intriguing questions, bold promises, little snippets of surprise.
Okay, give me an example, a lead that really grabs you.
Okay. Instead of just like morning coffee, maybe try something like confession. My morning routine almost derailed my entire business last year. Here's the unexpected fix.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that makes me lean in. Way more compelling than just coffee time. So, you got the hook. What's next?
Value. You absolutely have to add value. Your caption needs to offer something useful, interesting, entertaining, something unique to your audience.
So, not just talking about myself.
Right. Think. What's in it for them? A practical tip, a resource, a funny story, maybe some inspiration or a moment of reflection. It needs to resonate and leave them feeling like they gained something, even small.
You mentioned a fitness influencer earlier.
Right.
Hannah Nice, was it? How does she add value?
Yeah, her case study was interesting. She apparently doubled her comment rate simply by adding practical nutrition tips or quick coaching cues into her workout posts.
Ah, okay.
So it wasn't just, look at me exercising. It was, here's how you can benefit. Actionable advice her audience actually wanted.
That's smart. Turning the post into a mini lesson. Okay, value delivered. What's the next step in the formula?
Make it easy to read. Seriously, scannability is key, especially on mobile. Huge blocks of text. Super intimidating.
Right, people just scroll past.
Exactly. So use line breaks, use emojis. Strategically, they draw the eye and add personality. Keep sentences relatively short. Bullet points can be great.
Like that Monday motivation post example, breaking down the workout plan.
Yeah. Instead of one dense paragraph, using bullet points, maybe some relevant emojis.
Yeah.
It just makes it so much more inviting and easier to digest quickly.
Absolutely. Those visual breaks make a huge difference when you're scrolling fast. Okay, and then we circle back to the end. That call to action.
Can't forget it. You hooked them, you gave them value, you made it easy to read. Now you need to guide them. Tell them what you want them to do next.
And be specific. Okay.
Yes, definitely specific. Ask a direct question. Invite them to share their own experience. Suggest tagging someone. Make it clear and easy. So instead of just signing off with, have a great week, maybe try something like, what's one small win you had today? Tell me below. I'll be cheering you on.
I like that. It's active. It encourages that interaction. Okay, so that's a solid framework. Hook, value, readability, CTA. But how do we make it sound like us? Inject that authentic brand voice.
Ah, yes. The art of personalization. This is critical for, sustainable growth. You need to sound unmistakably like you.
How do you even start figuring that out?
First, try to define your brand's tone. Are you generally witty? Educational? More empathetic? Bold and challenging? Figure that out and then be consistent. Stick to it across your captions.
Consistency is key.
It really is. And look at what works. Analyze your own best performing captions. What tone did they have? Also, study successful accounts in your niche. What kind of voice resonates there? Don't copy, but learn.
Makes sense. Find your lane and stay in it. What about showing the person behind the profile?
Oh, that's huge for building trust. Don't be afraid to show your personality. Share lessons learned, maybe even moments where things didn't go perfectly. Talk about what you're passionate about.
Vulnerability.
Within reason, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Authenticity builds connection.
Right.
That human element is what makes people stick around. It differentiates you.
And we have to remember who we're talking to, right?
Yeah.
The audience. Absolutely critical. Tailor your language. Use references they'll get.
Yeah.
Tell stories they can relate to. Think about their values, their interests. There's data, I think, from Sprat Social showing a majority of consumers want brands to connect with them on that level.
Connection through shared understanding. Got it. Okay, so we are crafting these amazing personalized, value-packed captions. How do we make sure the Instagram algorithm actually likes them, gives them traction?
About the optimization piece. It's not just writing well, it's writing smart for the platform itself. And one thing is caption length.
Ah, the eternal question. Short or long?
There's no single answer, honestly. Short, punchy captions definitely have their place, maybe for quick updates or super visual posts, but don't automatically shy away from longer, more story-driven captions.
Really? Longer can work?
Yeah, some data suggests longer captions, the ones that really tell a story or offer deep value, can actually lead to higher comment rates. People might spend more time if it's compelling.
More dwell time again. Exactly. The key. Test it. Look at your own audience metrics. Go into your insights. See what your audience responds to best. Maybe they prefer quick tips. Maybe they love the deeper dives. You won't know until you look.
Good reminder to actually use those analytics.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the mighty hashtag?
Use them, but use them smartly, purposefully. Don't just spray a bunch of generic ones.
Like hashtag love or hashtag instagood.
Yeah, probably avoid those super broad ones. Think targeted, niche-specific hashtags that are actually relevant to your content and your audience. You can integrate them naturally within the caption sometimes, or just put a block at the end.
How many is good?
Quality over quantity. Aim for a mix, maybe a few popular ones, some moderately popular, and definitely some very specific niche ones. Maybe say 3 to 9 really targeted hashtags is often better than 30 random ones.
Okay, targeted and mixed. What about other features? Mentions, tags, emojis?
Use them strategically. Tagging relevant accounts, collaborators, brands, even the location can definitely extend your reach. Mentions can spark conversation.
And emojis. We mentioned them for readability.
Yeah, they're great for breaking up text, drawing the eye, adding visual appeal, and of course, conveying emotion quickly. Just don't overdo it or use irrelevant ones. Be thoughtful.
Intentionality seems key with all of this. Any final optimization tips?
Definitely test your timing. Experiment with different posting times and days. Use your insights again to see when your audience is actually online and engaging the most.
Right.
Post when they're there.
Right. Test, analyze, refine, repeat.
That's the cycle. It's an ongoing process.
Okay, wow. We have covered a ton of ground. Let's try and boil this down. Can we create like a quick checklist, actionable steps people listening can use for their next Instagram post?
Absolutely. Let's do a quick recap checklist. Ready?
Ready.
1. Identify your goal. What single action do you want from this caption?
2. Lead with a strong hook. Grab that attention immediately in the first line or two.
3. Deliver real value. Teach, entertain, inspire, share something that resonates.
4. Make it easy to read. Use those short lines, line breaks, maybe some emojis, scannability.
5. End with one clear call to action. Tell them exactly what you want them to do.
6. Smart hashtag use. Think 3 to 9 targeted, relevant hashtags.
And 7. Analyze and improve. Regularly check your insights, see what's working, what's not, and adjust.
Perfect. Hook, value, readability, CTA, hashtags, analyze. That's a fantastic roadmap.
It really covers the core elements.
So the big takeaway here really is captions are way more than an afterthought, aren't they? They're a seriously powerful tool.
Absolutely. For grabbing attention, building real connection, and actually driving the engagement that matters on Instagram. Don't underestimate the power of your words.
So the challenge to you listening is start testing, try out some new strategies, mix that storytelling with clear CTAs, and really pay attention to your results.
Yeah, see what resonates, see what sparks those conversations.
And maybe start viewing your captions less as a chore and more as like an investment in your Instagram growth.
Boy.
Make that next post the one that really lights things up.
Well said. Make it count.
Thanks so much for taking this deep dive with us today. Lots to think about.